have no idea what kind of stick this was. I just said, hey, that's a straight stick. I can make a bow out of it, you know. So went over there and got me a piece that's about 2 inches around, and tillered it out. Left the bark on it and everything. The bark's starting to lift off in places because this is about 2.5 years old, and so this doesn't have a string on it, but yet it has about, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches. That's from knock to knock with a loose string. It has about 3 to 4 inches of string follow, or a natural set. But that's because I made it a longbow design, and it's all I really could do with such a narrow stick. But I didn't leave enough mass on the back. But all that being said, this thing will still shoot an arrow, and it's not bad for like my second bow attempt. It's a little whip tillered. It's got more bend here than it does over here, but it's still got enough snap to get it done. Let's see what we got here. This is an arrow I broke off, but this is one of the arrows I made to go with it. 2 feather fletch. But that's a lot of cast robbing stuff going on, you know. But at the same time, maybe if I would have made this particular bow wood straight, it may have broke on me. So maybe that amount of set was useful for this. Still got a nice bit of snap and cast. Let me take it out here and we'll show. Alright, so this is actually my second bow I made. The first bow I made was a juniper bow that turned out really good. I put a bank line backing on it, and Eskimo twist and all that, and gave it to my nephew Clayton from the canoe video. But this is a still pretty good bow. It's not very powerful, but I'm sure you could stick a fish with this if you got close enough, and it still works even though the back's falling apart and all that. See, it's got a big, it's out of tiller right there bad. Well, let's see if I can hit that old target over there with it anyway. I'll aim for the green one. It's just going to bounce off because there's no tip. Huh. Well, it did stick. So, you know. And this arrow is far from straight. So maybe that actually helped me out. As y'all know from my other videos, I'm not a very good shot. Let me try it again. Wow. I actually gave this bow to my old lady and said, hey, I made you a bow. She was sad that I was hanging out in the woods all the time. So I said, here's your bow for your birthday. I don't think it's a bad job for my second bow. And this was done without all the, this was done with a KaBar and a Mora Companion. And a lot less detailed than all of what I'm doing over here on this video. Alright guys. Another thing that was funny, and I just found some of these up there. Some of the first arrows I made were very laughable. This is what I found out about the pineapple tin broadhead, and invented that. And I used jute twine and put Gorilla Glue on it. That's before I realized how much Gorilla Glue swelled up. And but it made it heavy in the front, and I knew I needed that. This is some kind of, this is actually good shit to make hand drill fires out of. I don't know what, I can't remember what it's called, but it grows all over Texas. And anyways, it's duct tape feathers and electrical tape. Not, you know, whenever you're making your duct tape feathers, I found it's good to put a little electrical tape right there at the beginning of it to hold it down. And these were actually pretty good. I mean, they didn't, for my first set of arrows, you know, with just junk that I had, you know, in my pack, these weren't too bad. They're obviously hilarious now, but because I mean, these would stick in the trees, you know, and obviously not go anywhere past that. And when I would stick it, I had a big old styrofoam target out there, and these would go in and boom, you know, about that far, and leave a big old 50 cal hole in the styrofoam, which was pretty entertaining too. But it's pretty funny. I still got a couple of these arrows. But if you expect to just go out and make something super awesome your first time, there is a slight bit of learning curve, and I'll get into an arrow video later, but this is just a little prequel to that. Alright.